family and friends, multi-rom 4. Unit 1.
The food here is great.
Listening 4. Listen and point.
Waiter, waitress, uniform, menu, customer, bottle of water, cup of coffee, glass of milk, bowl of soup, plate of salad.
Listen and repeat.
Waiter, waitress, uniform, menu, customer, bottle of water, cup of coffee, glass of milk, bowl of soup, plate of salad.
Listening 5. Listen and read.
We often come to this restaurant. The food here is great.
Look, Max. All the waiters are wearing green today. They usually wear blue uniforms.
Can I have a bowl of pasta and some salad, please?
Sorry, we haven't got any pasta. But on the menu we've got a selection of pizzas. Look.
That's strange. You usually have pasta. We have pasta every time.
Usually? But you're our first customers.
Really? But this is Ken's cafe, isn't it?
Ken's cafe is next door. This is the pizza place. We only opened today.
So that's why it's different. Well, let's try it.
You're our first customers. Have free ice creams.
Wow! Thank you.
Listening 6. Listen and sing. At my friend's house.
I'm at my friend's house to eat and play, but the food isn't what I eat each day. I rarely eat carrots, but I'm eating them right now. I didn't know I liked them, but I really love them now. I usually drink water, but I'm drinking juice today. I didn't know I like to have fruit this way. I'm at my friend's house to eat and play. The food is delicious, what a wonderful day.
Listening 7. Listen and point.
Long A. Train, tray, cake. Long E. Tree, leaves, key.
Listen and repeat.
Long A. Train, tray, cake. Long E. Tree, leaves. Key.
Listening 8. Listen and read. Number 1.
I'm sitting on a train looking out at the rain. I can see some big trees with big orange leaves.
Number 2.
There's a party today, and lots of children are here to play and have races. Look, there are lovely cakes on a tray.
Number 3.
Oh no! I can't find my key.
Listening 9. Listen and read.
What do you like for breakfast? We asked 4 children about their favourite breakfast foods.
Hi, I'm Abd Allah from Egypt. I sometimes eat bread with jam or cheese, but usually I eat fool and bread for breakfast. Fool is mashed beans. It's great with olive oil and flat bread. I sometimes have an egg with it too.
My name's Pete. I'm from Scotland. For breakfast, I usually have a bowl of cereal with milk and then toast with butter. We have lots of different cereals at home, but my favourite is cornflakes. I don't have a very big breakfast because I eat lunch early at school.
Hi everyone, I'm Hoang and I come from Vietnam. For breakfast, I usually have noodle soup. My grandma makes it every morning. Sometimes I have soy. These are balls of rice with beans. They are wrapped in coconut leaves and are really yummy.
Hi, my name is Mariana and I'm from Mexico. My favourite breakfast is huevos rancheros, eggs cooked in tomato and chili sauce. Under the eggs is a tortilla, which is a corn pancake. I always eat a big breakfast because we don't have lunch at school.
Listening 10. Listen and number. Number 1.
On Sundays, my family always eats together. We always have a big dinner with chicken, vegetables, and potatoes. Sometimes my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins come too. It's a very special day for us because all the family is together.
Number 2.
My family usually goes to a pizza restaurant on Saturdays. I always have cheese and tomato pizza with olives. I love pizza. My mum and dad usually have pasta, and we always eat our meal with salad.
Number 3.
We rarely go to restaurants because my mother loves cooking. I usually help her and we cook a big lunch every day. We have lots of different food, but my favourite is potato salad. We always have fruit after the meal.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 2.
We had a concert.
Listening 11. Listen and point.
Concert. Drums. Instruments. Violin. Audience. Recorder. Cheer. Stage. Program. Trumpet.
Listen and repeat.
Concert. Drums. Instruments. Violin. Audience. Recorder. Cheer. Stage. Program. Trumpet.
Listening 12. Listen and read.
Years ago, we had a concert at our house in Australia. All our family and friends were there.
Look, I played the drums.
I didn't know you played the guitar, Amy.
I don't play the guitar. Why?
But aren't you playing on one in this picture?
No, that isn't a guitar.
So what instrument is this? It looks like a little guitar.
It's a violin. Look, it's on my shoulder. It's much smaller than a guitar.
Everyone was brilliant. The audience clapped and cheered for ages.
I've got an idea. Why don't we have a concert here? For our family and friends.
Great idea. And let's make it a surprise.
Listening 13. Listen and sing. What a busy week it is.
I went to the cinema last night. I went to the cinema last night. What a busy week it is. It was my birthday yesterday. It was my birthday yesterday. What a busy week it is. I had a party 2 days ago. I had a party 2 days ago. What a busy week it is. And today my friends are coming to play. And today my friends are coming to play. What a busy week it is.
Listening 14. Listen and point.
Long I. Light. Cry. Bike. Long O. Boat. Blow. Bone. Long U. Room. Blue. Flute.
Listen and repeat.
Long I. Light. Cry. Bike. Long O. Boat. Blow. Bone. Long U. Room. Blue. Flute.
Listening 15. Listen to and read the poem.
It's a cold, cold night, and I'm out in my boat. The wind is blowing, and I'm wearing a coat. The sky's dark blue. I can see the moon. I can see a bright light from a distant room. I hear a cry up in the sky. What could it be? It's a bird flying high.
Listening 16. Listen and read.
The concert. The park is full of people. This is a special day. A very famous orchestra is playing here today. We've got a picnic blanket and our favourite things to eat. Biscuits, cakes and sandwiches. This is a lovely treat. We hear the trumpets calling and we hear the cymbals clang. We hear the flutes and violins. We hear the big drums bang. When each piece is finished, the people clap and cheer. The music is amazing. We're happy to be here. And now it's early evening. The sky is getting dark. The lights from little torches are shining in the park. The concert's nearly over. The music's very loud. Now fireworks shoot into the sky and burst above the crowd. This is the perfect concert. This is the perfect day. It's time to leave the park now, but I really want to stay. We all pack up our picnics and we all go home to bed. I fall asleep, but I still hear the music in my head.
Listening 17. Listen and number. Number 1.
Last weekend, Kate saw a band in the park. The musicians wore green uniforms. One musician played a big drum. It looked very heavy. One musician played a trumpet. The music was great.
Number 2.
Ben and his sister went to a concert last month. They went in the car because the concert was in another town. The concert was very long. Ben and Anna were very tired on the way home.
Number 3.
Lisa can play the piano. She has piano lessons every Thursday after school. She practices the piano every evening after she does her homework. She wants to be a famous musician one day.
Number 4.
Dan and his friends can all play the recorder. At the moment, they're practicing for a school concert. The concert is next month, so they practice for an hour every day. They can play very well now.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 3.
The Dinosaur Museum.
Listening 18. Listen and point.
Dinosaur. Museum. Model. Skeleton. Scary. Scream. Roar. Alive. Dead. Robot.
Listen and repeat.
Dinosaur. Museum. model, skeleton, scary, scream, roar, alive, dead, robot.
Listening 19. Listen and read.
We didn't go to school today. We went to the dinosaur museum. It was brilliant fun.
Look! I bought this dinosaur model.
Oh, great! What did you do there?
We saw dinosaur skeletons and bones.
And we learned all about how dinosaurs lived.
Wow! That sounds really exciting.
But then something scary happened.
Yes, and we all screamed.
Why? What happened?
Suddenly, one of the dinosaurs roared really loudly. I thought it was alive, and I screamed.
Alive?
Yes, but it was Holly. The dinosaur was a robot, and she was making it move by using the controls.
Listening 20. Listen and sing. My school trip.
Where did you go when you went on your trip? Did you go to a museum or a farm or a ship? When it was lunchtime, what did you eat? Did you eat a sandwich and did you eat some meat?
I went to a museum and saw paintings old and new. I ate a yummy sandwich and I bought this badge for you.
Listening 21. Listen and point.
Flamingo, scarf, feet, phone, nephew, alphabet,
Listen and repeat.
flamingo, scarf, feet, phone, nephew, alphabet.
Listening 22. Listen and read. Number 1.
Yesterday, an uncle and his nephew went to the zoo together. Now they are talking on the phone about the animals. They saw elephants, giraffes, flamingos and fish. They took lots of photos. They had a good time.
Number 2.
There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. 5 are vowels. Can you say your alphabet?
Number 3.
When it's cold, I wear a hat and a scarf, and on my feet I wear boots.
Listening 23. Listen and read.
Dinosaur data. Dinosaurs lived on Earth for millions of years. Scientists study dinosaur bones to find out how they lived and what they looked like. There were more than 700 different types of dinosaur. Some dinosaurs ate plants and others ate meat. Some walked on 2 legs and others walked on 4 legs. Some could fly and others lived in the sea. We know they were all different, but no one knows what colour or pattern they were. This is because there is no dinosaur skin left to study. Dinosaurs disappeared 65 million years ago. Why was this? Some scientists think that a large rock called an asteroid fell to Earth from space. This made the Earth much colder, and there was no longer any food for the dinosaurs to eat. The most famous dinosaur is the T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus rex. It was 14 meters long and 5.5 meters high, bigger than a house. Its strong tail helped it move quickly. But no one really knows how fast it could run. Its teeth were 36 centimeters long and it ate meat. You can see T-Rex skeletons in some museums.
Listening 24. Listen and number. Number 1.
I'm Jane. On our school trip, we saw very old pictures and old plates and pots. We also saw some bones from dinosaurs and a very old car. But my favourite part of the trip was seeing a dinosaur skeleton. It was huge.
Number 2.
My name's Simon. We saw lots of different animals on our school trip. My favourites were the monkeys and the lions. There were lots of snakes, but I didn't really like them. I hope we can go back soon.
Number 3.
I'm Lisa. We went to the beach and spent a lot of time on a big boat. We went to some islands and the boat went around them. Afterwards, we looked at rock pools on the beach and all the different plants and animals that live in them. It was really good fun on the boat. That was definitely my favourite part of the day.
Number 4.
I'm Max. On our trip, we learnt about where our food comes from. We saw animals that give us milk, like cows and goats. My favourite part was a long walk through fields which were growing different kinds of food.
Listening 25. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
I'd like this sandwich with fries, please.
Can I have this salad without onions?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Number 2.
Can I have some more juice, please?
And can we have the bill, please?
Sure.
Listening 26. Listen and circle the correct word. Number 1.
Hi. Are you ready to order?
I'd like a cup of coffee, please, with milk.
Coffee with milk.
Tom, what would you like?
Number 2.
Can I have this sandwich without onions, please?
Yes, that's fine.
Number 3.
Do you want cucumber with the sandwich?
Yes, please.
So, that's the sandwich without onions, but with cucumber.
Number 4.
Is everything okay with your meal?
Yes, thanks. Oh, can we have some more bread, please?
And some more water, please.
Some more bread and some more water. Yes, sure. Would you like anything else?
No, thank you. Can we have the bill now, please?
Yes, of course.
Listening 27. Listen and read.
What are fossils? What do you know about life on Earth thousands of years ago? Fossils give us some clues. Fossils are shapes in rocks that show the animals and plants that lived at this time. To be a fossil, the shape has to be at least 10,000 years old. Sometimes fossils show the shape of the animal or its bones. Other fossils show an animal's footprints, eggs or nest. Some fossils are 500 million years old. Why are fossils important? Fossils tell us about the past. We can learn about types of rocks, and we can learn about animals that lived a very long time ago. Where can you find fossils? You can find fossils in most parts of the world. You can find them on mountains and in seas. You can find them in deserts and on beaches. You can also find them under the ground. Sometimes people find them when they are digging up roads or building houses. How can I see fossils? You can visit museums to look at fossils, or you can buy them at special fossil shops. You can also look for your own fossils, especially on the beach or on rocks. Whales in the desert. Where is the best place to look for whale fossils? The sea or on beaches is the most obvious answer. But in 2011, scientists found the skeletons of 20 whales in the desert in Chile, one of the driest places on Earth. The fossils are between 2 and 7 million years old and are very big. Some are the size of a bus. Why were there whales in the desert? Scientists think that in the past, this part of the desert was a sea or a very big lake.
Listening 28. Listen and read. Girl's amazing fossil discovery. Scientists who study rocks are called geologists. It is the dream of geologists around the world to find out something new about the past. Scientists were very surprised when this happened to a young girl in England. Daisy Morris, now 10, was walking on a beach with her family. Suddenly, she saw some black bones sticking out of the sand. She knew it was a fossil, and so she dug it out and showed her family. She was only 5 years old at the time, and she was very interested in fossils. Her family took the fossil to a geologist called Mr. Simpson. Scientists then studied it for 5 years. Then, in 2013, they told the world that Daisy's fossil was of a flying dinosaur. In fact, it was a flying dinosaur that no one knew existed before, so this dinosaur didn't have a name. As Daisy discovered the dinosaur, the scientists called it Vectidraco Daisy Morrisi. This means Daisy Morris Flying Dinosaur. Scientists think it is 250 million years old. Daisy's dinosaur is now in the Natural History Museum in London. Mr. Simpson said, "I knew that I was looking at something very special, and I was right." He was very happy that Daisy found the dinosaur because it was going to be washed into the sea and lost forever. All Daisy's family and friends are very proud of her. Daisy said, "When I told my friends, they said it was cool." Daisy still loves fossils. She has so many that her family says that her bedroom is like a museum. Daisy wants to be a geologist when she grows up.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 4.
Whose jacket is this?
Listening 29. Listen and point.
Team. Jacket. Trainers. Trophy. Player. Kick. Score a goal. Racket. Rucksack. Win. Won.
Listen and repeat.
Team. Jacket. Trainers. Trophy. Player. Kick. Score a goal. Racket. Rucksack. Win. Won.
Listening 30. Listen and read.
Come on, let's play football.
Great. Let's have 2 teams. Leo and Amy against Holly and me.
It's cold now. Let's put on our jackets.
Whose jacket is this? Is it yours, Amy?
Yes, it's mine. Thanks. Is this one yours, Leo? It's blue.
Yes, my jacket's blue.
This one is mine, and this blue jacket is hers. Here you are, Holly.
That jacket is very small, Leo. Are you sure it's yours? And mine is really big.
Oh no, I've got yours. That's why it's so small for me.
Listening 31. Listen and sing. At break time.
At break we played football, football, football. At break we played football, our team played well. We all cheered loudly, loudly, loudly. We all cheered loudly.
Listening 32. Listen and point.
Smell. Bell. Shell. Mirror. Carrot. Cherry.
Listen and repeat.
Smell. Bell. Shell. Mirror. Carrot. Cherry.
Listening 33. Listen and read.
I'm waiting at the door, looking in the mirror and brushing my hair. We're going to the beach with my friend today. I'm going to take my doll. Her name is Carrie. We've got a picnic, sandwiches, cheese, carrots and cherries. We're going to look for shells and smell the sea air. Oh, I can hear the doorbell. My friend is here.
Listening 34. Listen and read.
Tennis is a very popular sport all over the world. Every year, tennis fans watch the Wimbledon Championships, the French Open, the US Open, or the Australian Open to see their favourite players. Tennis is also an Olympic sport. How did the game of tennis begin? In the 12th century, people in France played a game called paume. At first, they hit a ball with the palms of their hands. Later, they started wearing a leather glove to hit the ball. In the 16th century, people used simple rackets to play paume. They started to call the game tennis because the players shouted the French word tenez, let's play, at the start of each game. Many kings in Europe played tennis. King Henry VIII of England loved the game. He built an indoor tennis court at his favourite palace. In 1873, people started to play tennis outside. They called the outdoor game lawn tennis. There were new rules and a different court. Lawn tennis is the same as modern tennis. In 1877, 22 tennis players entered the first World Tennis Championship at Wimbledon in the UK. The first winner was Spencer Gore. At first, only men played tennis at Wimbledon. But in 1884, women started playing in the championships too.
Listening 35. Listen and circle the sports the children like.
What do you like doing, Sarah?
I don't really like team sports, but I do love exercise and I love water. What do I like doing? Well, I go to the pool, I put on my swimsuit, and I jump in the water. Can you guess what it is?
What about you, Kareem? What do you like doing?
I love sports. But what's my favourite sport? Can you guess? We play on a sports field. There are 2 teams and there are 2 nets. We play with 1 ball. We kick the ball into the net. The team which scores the most goals wins.
Do you like sport, Harry? What do you like doing?
I don't like football, and I don't like swimming. But I do like going out with my friends. We go to the sports field and ride our bikes very fast. Sometimes we have races to see who is the fastest.
And what about you, Rosie?
I love all team sports. My favourite is a game we play in 2 teams. We play on a court. There are 2 baskets. We bounce a ball and throw it in the air. What's my favourite sport? Do you know?
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 5.
Go back to this roundabout.
Listening 36. Listen and point.
Read a map. Turn left. Go back. Traffic light. Hurry. Roundabout. Get lost. Turn right. Go straight on. Petrol station.
Listen and repeat.
Read a map. Turn left. Go back. Traffic light. Hurry. Roundabout. Get lost. Turn right. Go straight on. Petrol station.
Listening 37. Listen and read.
I don't think the theatre is near here. Are we lost?
I think so. But I thought the theatre was near the petrol station.
No, I said it's near the train station. Let's look at the map again. Here's the theatre next to the station.
Oh no. Sorry, Mum.
We have to go back to this roundabout here and turn left. Then we go straight on and then right at the traffic lights.
But the show starts in 5 minutes. We're going to be late.
Yes, come on. We have to hurry.
Hello? Are you going to the theatre? We can take you.
Thank you. We got lost.
But now we won't be late.
Listening 38. Listen and sing. Why are they lost?
Why are they standing in the middle of the square? Because they can't find the station that they thought was there. Why are they lost in the middle of the town? Because they are holding their map upside down.
Listening 39. Listen and point.
Neck. Duck. clock, rock, plastic, picnic, music, comic.
Listen and repeat.
Neck, duck, clock, rock, plastic, picnic, music, comic.
Listening 40. Listen and read.
Dick and Rick are having a picnic. Their sandwiches are in a plastic box. Dick is reading a comic and Rick is listening to music. They don't see the duck and the chick coming out of the water. The duck and the chick see the picnic and take the boys' food. They hide behind a rock. They are very quick. "Where's the food?" asked Dick and Rick.
Listening 41. Listen and read.
Shadow Puppet Theatre. Shadow puppet theatres first started in China thousands of years ago. But shadow puppet theatre is still popular today in many parts of the world. Shadow puppets tell people about important events and describe traditional stories. Nowadays, there are some new and modern stories too. The puppets are usually made from animal skins. These shadow puppets are camel skin and they come from Indonesia. Often there is just one puppeteer who makes the puppets move. To move the puppets, there are wooden sticks on the puppets' backs. The theatre is dark and a bright light shines on the puppets to make shadows on a screen behind them. The puppeteer does all the voices. And sometimes there are other people singing or playing instruments. Hand shadows. You can do shadow theatre at home using your hands. You will need a white wall and a bright light. To make a growling tiger, make a C shape with your left hand. Put your right hand on top of your left hand, with your fingers on the back of your hand. Lift up your right thumb a little for the tiger's ear. Don't forget to make the tiger's mouth move by moving the fingers and thumb on your left hand.
Listening 42. Listen and point to the route.
Hi, my name's Leo. I go to school by bus. I get on at the bus stop, which is near my house. First, we go straight on down the main road. Then, we get to a roundabout. There are always lots of nice flowers there. At the roundabout, we turn right. We go past some shops and then we get to some traffic lights. At the traffic lights, we turn left and the bus goes straight on past a big park. At the corner of the park, you turn right and our school is along this road, on the right.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 6.
The best bed.
Listening 43. Listen and point.
Break. Repair. Comfortable. Hard. soft, expensive, cheap, wooden, metal, modern.
Listen and repeat.
Break, repair, comfortable, hard, soft, expensive, cheap, wooden, metal, modern.
Listening 44. Listen and read.
My bed broke, Mum. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. It was a very old bed. I know you like your bed, but we'll have to get you a new one. This metal one is bigger than your old one.
But my old bed is more comfortable. This one is hard.
Look, Max. This one is softer.
It's okay, but my old bed is better. What about this one? It's a cool spaceship bed. Please, can I have this one?
Sorry, Max, but it's the most expensive bed in the shop. Let's find something less expensive.
We can repair old beds, if you prefer.
Yes, please, Dad. My old bed is the best of all.
OK, and it's cheaper than a new bed.
Listening 45. Listen and sing. Saturday was the best of all.
Monday was bad, I lost my hat. Tuesday was worse, I broke my bat. Wednesday was the worst of all. I bumped my head on the classroom wall. Thursday was good, I did well at school. Friday was better, I went swimming at the pool. But Saturday was the best of all. I went to the park and played football.
Listening 46. Listen and point.
Letter C says S. City. Ice. Dance. Rice. Letter G says J. Cage. Page. Giraffe. Stage.
Listen and repeat.
Letter C says S. City. Ice. Dance. Rice. Letter G says J. Cage. Page. Giraffe. Stage.
Listening 47. Listen and read. Number 1.
Special dinner tonight. Meat, rice and vegetables. Fruit with ice cream. £5.
Number 2.
Turn the pages of this book really quickly and you will see a giraffe dancing in its cage.
Number 3.
Come to the ice rink in the city. Meet your friends and learn to skate.
Listening 48. Listen and read.
The Ant and the Grasshopper. It was a lovely summer day. The grasshopper was sitting in the sun, playing his violin. An ant walked by, grunting as he carried an enormous piece of corn on his back. "That corn looks really heavy," said the grasshopper. "Come and play with me instead." The ant was tired and hot. He pointed at a pile of corn. "I can't. This will be my food during winter," he said. "There will be less food then, so I must prepare now." The grasshopper laughed. "Why worry about winter?" he said. "It's summer now, and there's plenty of food." Soon the weather became very cold, and the ground was covered with thick snow and ice. The grasshopper tried to dig, but he couldn't find any food. "Help me! I'm hungry," said the grasshopper to the ant. "Please, can I share your food?" The ant had lots of food and was kind and generous. "I will help you this time," said the ant, and he gave the grasshopper some corn. "But next year I will not help you. You mustn't be lazy, and you must prepare for winter."
Listening 49. Listen to this fable and tick the correct moral. Number 1.
Once there was a boy who looked after sheep every day up in the mountains. Nothing much ever happened, and he was very bored.
Number 2.
One day he ran down the mountain to the market in the nearby village and shouted, "Help! Help! Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is going to eat the sheep!"
Number 3.
The people ran up the mountain to help the boy, but there was no wolf. "It's a joke! There isn't really a wolf," said the boy, laughing.
Number 4.
The people from the village were very angry with the boy. They didn't laugh at his joke.
Number 5.
The next day, a wolf really did come to the mountains. The boy was very scared, so he ran to the village. Again he shouted, "Help! Help! Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is going to eat the sheep!"
Number 6.
But this time, no one helped the boy. No one believed him. "There isn't really a wolf," they said, laughing. And then the wolf ate all the boy's sheep.
Listening 50. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
Yes. Who's calling, please?
Number 2.
It's Anna here.
Hold on a minute, please. Sarah, it's for you.
Listening 51. Listen and write T, true, or F, false. Number 1.
Hello?
Hello. Can I speak to Sam, please?
Yes. Who's calling?
It's Tom here.
Number 2.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Hold on a minute, Tom. I'll get Sam.
Thank you.
Sam! Sam! It's the phone for you!
Who is it?
It's Tom! Hurry up!
I'm coming.
Number 3.
Hi, Tom.
Hi. Are you free after school on Wednesday?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to come to my house?
Number 4.
We can play with my new football game.
Great, yes. OK.
Listening 52. Listen and read.
American football. American football is very different from European football. It is more like the game of rugby. But when and how did American football start? In the 19th century, people played football in England. Like modern football, there were teams. The players kicked the ball and scored goals. Then, one day, a player picked up the ball and ran to the goal. It was a new sport, and they called it rugby. Football and rugby spread across to the USA and became popular there. Then, the Americans invented American football. Modern American football is most like rugby, but there are only 11 players in each team. There are 60 minutes of play, but the game can last 4 or 5 hours. This is because they stop the game when there is no play. The teams use an oval ball, and they have to run with the ball to the other team's goal. When they get there, they can score a touchdown and get 6 points. American football players are usually very big and very strong because they have to stop the other team. The game is more dangerous than rugby, so the players wear helmets and special clothes. Today, American football is the United States' most popular sport. The most important game is called the Super Bowl. They play this in January. Millions of families in America watch it on TV or go to the game. Some of the most popular teams are the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Every year, all the teams find new American football players. The best players become very famous in America.
Listening 53. Listen and read. The fastest man in the world. Many people say that Usain Bolt is the world's fastest man ever. In 2008, he won 3 gold medals at the Beijing Olympic Games in the men's 100 metres, 200 metres and 4x100 metres relay. He also broke 3 world records. He was the first person to win these 3 events at the same Olympics. Then, at the London Olympics in 2012, he won 3 gold medals again in the same events. This is his story. Usain Bolt was born in Jamaica on August the 21st, 1986. He lived in a small town called Trelawney, where his parents had a small food shop. When he was a child, Usain played cricket and football in the street with his brother Siddiqui and sister Shireen. Usain was very good at cricket and wanted to play for the West Indies. Usain loved all sports and was one of the best runners at his school. But his sports coach wanted him to be an athlete. So Usain started to run in competitions. He won many races and, when he was 15, he won a gold medal and 2 silver medals at the 2002 World Junior Championships in Kingston, Jamaica. In 2004, Usain ran in the Olympic Games in Athens. He didn't win a medal because he had an injured leg. However, at the 2008 Olympic Games, he became world famous. Usain was always an ambitious boy and wanted to do well. His family was quite poor, but now he can help them and the people in his town. He also inspires young sportspeople all over the world. So how does he run so fast? Is it because he is so tall? Most athletes are around 182 centimetres tall, but Usain Bolt is 196 centimetres tall. He is taller and his legs are longer, so he takes fewer steps. Fun facts. Usain Bolt likes dancing and watching football. His favourite team is England's Manchester United. People call him Lightning Bolt.
Family and Friends, Multi-Romp 4. Unit 7.
Will it really happen?
Listening 54. Listen and point.
The future. Travel. Satellite. The moon. The sun. Planets. Rocket. Astronaut. Star. Spaceship.
Listen and repeat.
The future. Travel. Satellite. The moon. The sun. Planets. Rocket. Astronaut. Star. Spaceship.
Listening 55. Listen and read.
Listen, Amy and Leo have to go back to Australia.
Oh no! Will they miss our holiday? It's in 2 weeks' time.
No, they won't. They'll be here for another 4 months.
Max, did you hear what Mum said?
Yes, but look at this magazine. It says there will be super fast planes and it will take less than 5 hours to fly from England to Australia.
Amazing! That's very fast. Will it really happen?
Well, the magazine says it will. So in the future, there won't be any more long plane journeys.
That's good. Long plane journeys are boring.
Mum, can we go on a super fast plane to visit Amy and Leo in Australia for the weekend? It will only take a few hours.
Well, there aren't any planes like that yet, but maybe one day.
Listening 56. Listen and sing. A trip to the moon.
Get in the rocket, we're leaving soon. We're off on a trip to the moon. We'll be there in 2 days' time. We're off on a trip to the moon. This evening we'll eat dinner with a straw. We're off on a trip to the moon. And next week we'll come back to Earth. We're off on a trip to the moon.
Listening 57. Listen and point.
Source. August. Autumn. Jigsaw. Straw. Paw. Horse. Sport. Morning.
Listen and repeat.
Source. August. Autumn. Jigsaw. Straw. Paw. Horse. Sport. Morning.
Listening 58. Listen and read. Number 1.
Paul's birthday was in August. When he woke up in the morning, he saw his presents. He got a big jigsaw puzzle. Then he went horse riding with his friend. After that, they ate ice cream with chocolate sauce.
Number 2.
In the autumn, my sister will start school. She'll learn to read. She'll draw and she'll play sport.
Listening 59. Listen and read.
The future. What do you think the future will be like?
There won't be much land, so there will be big cities underwater, and we will travel in submarines. I think some houses will be underground too, but I won't live in an underground house. I'll live in an underwater house with glass walls. I will see fish swimming around.
I agree with Rob. There won't be many parks or green spaces. There will be lots of cars and planes. So pollution will be very bad. We won't have a lot of fresh food. So people will eat lots of junk food. There will be food pills too.
I disagree. I think the world will be a cleaner place in the future because we won't use petrol or other fossil fuels. We will use energy from the sun to power our cars and houses. I think cars will be very fast, and some cars will fly too.
I think computers will be very small in the future. We will have computers in our clothes, and we will use our voices to control them. We'll learn lots of interesting things. We will use virtual reality to study. We won't go to school, but we'll meet our teachers and friends in cool virtual places to learn about the world.
Listening 60. Listen and circle the correct answers.
We asked 4 more children. What will school be like in 200 years' time?
Number 1.
In 200 years' time, there will be too many people on Earth, so I think we will have big cities in space. People will live in space stations. Children will also go to school on the space stations. There will be special classrooms for learning more about their new life in space.
Number 2.
I think that children won't have to go to school in 200 years' time. The children will study at home using very clever computers. They will have more time for sports, being outside, and doing other things, because they won't have to travel to their schools.
Number 3.
I don't think things will change very much. I think children will still go to normal schools and learn from their teachers. The only difference is that all children will have their own computers in the classroom. There'll be a lot more machines to help us learn.
Number 4.
Maybe children will have robots to help them with their schoolwork and tell them when to get up and go to bed. The robots will be like a best friend for the children because they will talk to them and help them with any problems.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 8.
How much time have we got?
Listening 61. Listen and point.
Money. Passenger. Arrivals. Departures. Luggage. Passport. Suitcase. Magazine. Newspaper. Coin.
Listen and repeat.
Money. Passenger. Arrivals. Departures. Luggage. Passport. Suitcase. Magazine. Newspaper. Coin.
Listening 62. Listen and read.
How much time have we got, Mum? Is there time to look in the shops?
Yes, there's still lots of time left. Here's some money for each of you.
Thanks, Mum.
How much money have you got?
£1.
Me too. We've all got £1.
Not another pencil, Holly. How many pencils have you got already?
Hundreds. OK, maybe not.
I've got an idea. A Because we haven't got much money, why don't we put it together and buy one really nice thing?
So, what did you buy?
A present for you.
For me? Thank you. You know I love chocolates.
It's to say thank you for taking us on holiday.
Listening 63. Listen and sing. Have you got any toothpaste?
Have you got any toothpaste, any toothpaste, any toothpaste? Have you got any toothpaste? My wash bag's not here.
Yes, I've got some toothpaste, some toothpaste, some toothpaste. Yes, I've got some toothpaste. Here you are, dear.
Have you got any shampoo, any shampoo, any shampoo? Have you got any shampoo? My wash bag's not here.
Yes, I've got some shampoo, some shampoo, some shampoo. Yes, I've got some shampoo. Here you are, dear.
Listening 64. Listen and point.
ED says T. Walked. Finished. Washed. ED says id. Waited. Painted. Tidied. ED says D. Showed. Played. Rained.
Listen and repeat.
ED says T. Walked. Finished. Washed. ED says id. Waited. Painted. Tidied. ED says D. Showed. Played. Rained.
Listening 65. Listen and read. Number 1.
Alice walked home from school yesterday. She got wet because it rained. When Alice finished her homework, she tidied her desk. Then she painted a picture and showed it to her mum.
Number 2.
We waited until the evening for the football game to start. The footballers played until 10:30.
Listening 66. Listen to the words. Write them in the correct box.
Painted. Washed. Played. Showed. Walked. Waited. Finished. Tidied. Rained.
Listening 67. Listen and read.
14 Hilltop View Road, Oxford. August the 20th. Dear Dan, how are you? We had a really unusual start to our summer holiday this year. My family and I were on the train to Cornwall. It was a long journey, but it was comfortable, and we all fell asleep. Suddenly, we heard the train's whistle, and we all woke up. "Oh no, it's 8 o'clock," Mum said. "We missed our station." We had to get off at the next station. Dad asked the ticket seller the time of the next train back to our station, but he said, "There aren't any more trains today. The next train leaves tomorrow morning. But I can book you into a hotel. Follow me." On the way to the hotel, I was disappointed because the town seemed small and unexciting. But in the town centre, we saw some fireworks and heard some music. There was a festival and a fair. After we checked into the hotel, we went and joined the festival. We had a fantastic evening, and it was a brilliant start to our holiday. Write soon to tell me about your holiday. From Finn.
Listening 68. Listen and write L, Lucas, N, Nada, or R, Ronnie. Number 1.
My name's Lucas. This year, I went on holiday with my grandparents because my parents had to work. My grandparents have got a holiday flat near a beach. We went by car and it took 5 hours. We had lunch in a restaurant on the way. We went on the beach every day and played football and frisbee. My grandparents are really healthy and good fun. I had a great time.
Number 2.
I'm Nada. I had a holiday with all my cousins in a big house in the mountains. I've got 8 cousins, so we had lots of fun together. There was a big lake near the house, so we went in kayaks and also tried water skiing. It was very warm, so it was okay when we fell in. We also went on some long walks. It was very beautiful in the mountains.
Number 3.
My name is Ronnie. This year we didn't go away on holiday. We had our holiday at home. My parents didn't go to work for 2 weeks, and we went to different places together each day. We went to the cinema, the zoo, and a museum. We also went on a boat trip on the river. My friend came too, and it was lots of fun. It was my favourite day, I think.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 9.
Something new to watch.
Listening 69. Listen and point.
Cartoon. Radio. Camcorder. The news. Documentary. Channel. Advert. Remote control. TV program. Mobile phone.
Listen and repeat.
Cartoon. Radio. Camcorder. The news. Documentary. Channel. Advert. Remote control. TV program. Mobile phone.
Listening 70. Listen and read.
Why are you arguing? Please give me the remote control.
I turned on the TV to watch the basketball match, but Max turned it off to play a video game.
Well, my favourite programme is on now. Can I watch it, please?
And I want to watch it too.
Let's find something new to watch. How about this new DVD?
What is it?
Put it on, then you'll see.
It's our holiday DVD. Wow!
Ah, it's when we went in the boat to see the dolphins.
Thanks. This is much better than playing a video game.
And it's much better than arguing.
Listening 71. Listen and sing. How often?
How often do you watch cartoons?
3 times a week. 3 times a week. I watch cartoons 3 times a week.
How often do you watch a film?
Once a week. Once a week. I watch a film once a week.
How often do you go to the beach?
Twice a year. Twice a year. I go to the beach twice a year.
How often do you see your friends?
Every day. Every day. I see my friends every day.
Listening 72. Listen and point.
Mother. Father. September. Visitor. Doctor. Actor.
Listen and repeat.
Mother. Father. September. Visitor. Doctor. Actor.
Listening 73. Listen and read. Number 1.
In September, I will have a new teacher at school. Her name is Mrs. Butler.
Number 2.
When we have a visitor, my mother and father prepare a fantastic dinner.
Number 3.
My older brother is an actor. He'll be in a play in October. In the play, he is a doctor.
Listening 74. Listen and read.
What's on TV?
Channel 1. 4:30. Film. Despicable Me. Gru wants to be the best supervillain. When another supervillain called Vector steals a pyramid from Egypt, Gru decides to steal the moon. He adopts 3 little girls to help him with his plan. But how will Gru be able to look after the girls?
Channel 2, 5:15. Cartoon. The Simpsons. The Simpsons are a very funny family. They live in Springfield, in the USA. Bart is a naughty boy who plays tricks on people and gets into trouble. Lisa is a very clever girl who plays the saxophone. Homer, their dad, loves eating donuts. Join the Simpsons and find out what's happening in Springfield this week.
Channel 3, 6 o'clock. Sport. Italy versus Spain. Don't miss tonight's big game. Spain will play Italy for a place in this year's World Cup final. Kick-off is at 6:20 p.m. at the Olympic Stadium in Rome. Both teams are very strong. Join us live on Channel 3 to find out which team is going to the final.
Channel 4, 7:30. Documentary. The Mystery of the Galapagos. The Galapagos Islands are home to unusual plants and animals, such as giant tortoises and colourful crabs. How did wildlife come to this group of islands? Find out as we explore the islands and meet their amazing creatures.
Listening 75. Listen and write S, Stacey, J, James, E, Emily, or K, Kai. Number 1.
My name's Stacey. I like watching cartoons and documentaries on TV. My favourite programme was on last week. It's about space and space travel. I learnt about the different planets in our solar system and how different they are to Earth.
Number 2.
My name's James. I like watching films and sports programmes. I really like football a lot. I love watching matches on TV. Last night I watched England v France. The score was 1-1. There wasn't a winner, so they have to play again next week.
Number 3.
I'm Emily. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I always watch a film with my parents on Friday night. We all love films, and after dinner we sit on the sofa together to watch. Last Friday, we saw an adventure film about superheroes. It was really good fun.
Number 4.
I'm Kai. I love cartoons. I watch them every day after school and usually at the weekends too. I like most cartoons, but my favourite is Bugs Bunny. Have you seen it? It's very funny and he has lots of adventures with Daffy Duck.
Listening 76. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
Hi, Anna. What's on TV?
Basketball. I can't stand sport on TV.
OK, let's change the channel.
Number 2.
Pass me the remote control, please.
I love cartoons. Let's watch this.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Listening 77. Listen and write T, true, or F, false. Number 1.
Hi, Tom. I finished my homework and I'm tired now.
Me too. Let's watch TV.
OK. What's on?
There are adverts. Lots of adverts.
Oh no! I can't stand adverts.
Neither can I. They're boring.
Number 2.
Let's change the channel.
Pass me the remote control.
Number 3.
What's on channel 3?
Hold on. It's a documentary about animals.
Number 4.
Great! I love animals.
So do I.
Great! Let's watch it.
Listening 78. Listen and read.
Family activity holiday. Do you want a holiday that everyone can enjoy together? Are you an active family? Our 3-day family activity holiday helps you get fit and have fun together. This holiday is suitable for all the family, including children from the age of 5 and above. Our programme is packed with fun activities from morning until night. You will be in small groups with other families, and we make sure that the children in each group are of a similar age. During the day, you can try rock climbing on our 15-metre climbing wall. Our expert instructors will show you how to wear harnesses and ropes to keep you safe at all times. You can try our high ropes and zip wire courses and enjoy being up in the trees and flying through the air like a bird. A low ropes course is also available. We also spend a morning horse riding in the beautiful hills near our centre. Our ponies are very calm and well behaved, and you don't need any previous experience to take part. Our mountain bike ride is also very popular. We offer water activities too. We have a beautiful, clean lake where you can learn to sail, canoe and kayak, always with the help of our expert instructors. In the evenings, there are games and sports activities for all the family. With so much to do, your family will never be bored.
This was my best family holiday ever. I went with my mum and dad, my brother James, age 6, and my sister Emily, age 12. The instructors were very friendly and helpful. I made lots of new friends. I recommend this holiday and we will come again next year. Kerris, 10, London, UK.
Listening 79. Listen and read.
The author Jonathan Swift wrote his book Gulliver's Travels in 1735. It is still very popular today, after more than 275 years. There are also famous films of the story. Gulliver's Travels, A Voyage to Lilliput.
My name is Gulliver, and when I was a young man, I went travelling. I joined a ship and sailed to the islands of the South Pacific. It was a brilliant voyage at first. We sailed across the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. Suddenly, there was a terrible storm, and I fell into the water. Finally, I swam to an island. I walked on the beach and looked around me. There were no people and no houses. I was very tired, so I fell asleep on the sand. When I woke up in the morning, I couldn't move. I was lying on my back, and my arms and my legs were tied to the ground. I was very hot in the sun, and I was frightened. Suddenly, I saw a very small man. He was about 15 centimeters tall, and he was walking on my leg. Then I saw lots of small men on my arms and my legs. I shouted, and in surprise, the men fell off my body. Then I spoke to them in English. They didn't understand my language, but they saw that I was friendly. I pointed at my mouth to show I was hungry, and they brought me some food. Their food was normal, but it was very, very small, and it meant I had to eat a lot. I ate lots of tiny loaves of bread and lots of tiny pieces of cheese and a lot of meat. I finished my meal, and then hundreds of men and thousands of horses carried me to their city. It was a very long journey. When I arrived at the city, I looked around me. The houses were smaller than my feet, and I was bigger than the trees. The king and the people were kind to me, so I stayed on the island. I learnt that I was in Lilliput, and I learnt their language. I played with their children, and I gave them presents such as my watch and some coins. These things were enormous to them. Eventually, I left the city and travelled again.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 10.
I've printed my homework.
Listening 80. Listen and point.
Printer. Screen. Mouse. Log on. Speakers. Click on. Save a document. Memory stick. Search the internet.
Listen and repeat.
Printer. Screen. Mouse. Log on. Speakers. Click on. Save a document. Memory stick. Search the internet.
Listening 81. Listen and read.
We finished our homework. Can we play now?
Have you turned off the computer and the printer?
No, we haven't.
Go and turn them off first, please. But you've made a mess in here. Please tidy up these books and papers first. It won't take you long, then you can play.
OK, Mum.
This is amazing! You've worked really hard.
Look! I've put all the books into alphabetical order, and Max has tidied the cupboards.
Fantastic! Now you can play.
After all that tidying, I'm too tired now.
Me too.
Listening 82. Listen and sing. I've really tried.
I've tried to print my work. I've turned the printer on. There's paper in the printer, but something's wrong.
Have you saved your work on a memory stick? Have you moved the mouse and remembered to click? You haven't checked the printer. It needs more ink. Look at the ink button. Can you see it blink?
I tried to print my work, but something was wrong. There wasn't any ink, and that was what was wrong.
Listening 83. Listen and point.
Hurt. Thursday. Nurse. Curtains. Circle. Girl. Shirt. Bird.
Listen and repeat.
Hurt. Thursday. Nurse. Curtains. Circle. Girl. Shirt. Bird.
Listening 84. Listen and read.
Last Thursday, this girl hurt her arm. She had to see the nurse. The girl was very sad because it was her birthday.
Today was the first time I wore my purple skirt and new green shirt. Look, the skirt has got lots of circles on it.
My curtains are purple. Look, there are lots of birds on them.
Listening 85. Listen and read.
What is an email? An email is a message sent from one computer to another. The message goes through the internet. How to send an email. 1. First, use your mouse and click on To. Type the person's email address in the space. 2. Now click on Subject and write what the email is about. 3. Type your email message using the keyboard. 4. When you have finished, you can check your spelling. Click on this button. It's a spell checker. 5. You can also attach pictures from websites or your own photos to the email. Click on this button. 6. Finally, click on Send to send your message to your friend. 2. Kate at cyberspace.com. From Lucy. Subject: my birthday. Hi, Kate. Thanks for the invitation to your bowling party. Yes, I'd love to come. You know I really like bowling. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone on your birthday. It will be great fun. I can't wait. Did you have a good holiday? See you on Saturday. From Lucy. Hi, Lucy. It's my birthday next week and I'm having a bowling party on May the 12th at the Bowlplex. The bowling starts at 3 o'clock and there will be drinks and birthday cake afterwards. I hope you can come. Kate.
Listening 86. Listen and number. Number 1.
My name's Rita. We've got a computer at home in the dining room. I really love taking photos, so I usually use the computer for saving photos, printing my photos, and making photo albums. I also attach my photos in emails and send them to my friends. I sometimes type my homework on the computer too.
Number 2.
I'm Dan. I send emails to friends on the computer and I really like playing computer games. Some of my favourites are on the internet. Some of the games are about my favourite characters, like Harry Potter or Spider-Man. I've also got a football game and a basketball game. My mum says I can only play 4 times a week. She wants me to play real sports too, not just computer games.
Number 3.
I'm Beth. We haven't got a computer at home, so I go to the computer room at school to do my homework. I like typing my work, and now I can type really fast without looking at the keyboard. I can also check the spelling of my homework and do drawings with the computer too. I use the computer to help me with my homework by searching on the internet. Finally, I can print it all out. Everyone says my homework looks great.
Family and Friends, Multi-Romp 4. Unit 11.
Have you ever been...
Listening 87. Listen and point.
Town. Ocean. Volcano. Village. Oasis. Rainforest. Capital city. Desert. Island. Cave.
Listen and repeat.
Town. Ocean. Volcano. Village. Oasis. Rainforest. Capital city. Desert. Island. Cave.
Listening 88. Listen and read.
Today we have a special guest. This is Matt Jones, and he lives in our town. But he has been somewhere very exciting. Let's see if you can guess where. Who wants to ask the first question?
Have you ever been to space?
No, I've never been to space.
Have you been to the bottom of the ocean?
No, I haven't.
What about mountains? Have you ever climbed a really high one?
Yes, I have. But I usually climb a special type of mountain. The mountains I climb get hotter as you go up.
I know. Have you climbed a volcano?
Yes, I have. Correct. It's dangerous, so I have to be very careful. Here is a photo at the top of the volcano.
Listening 89. Listen and sing. One day soon.
I've never been to the moon or been in a balloon, but maybe I will one day soon. I've never played in the snow or seen a volcano, but maybe one day I will go. I've never been to France or seen a monkey dance, but maybe I will get the chance.
Listening 90. Listen and point.
Feather. Bread. Head. Heavy. Spend. Tent. Present. Help.
Listen and repeat.
Feather. Bread. Head. Heavy. Spend. Tent. Present. Help.
Listening 91. Listen and read. Number 1.
Look! I've got red feathers on my head.
Number 2.
Look at all this bread. It's very heavy. Help me put it in the tent.
Number 3.
I'm going to spend my coins at the shop. I'm going to buy a present for Fred.
Listening 92. Listen and read.
Everest expeditions. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. It is named after George Everest, the first person to record its location and height. The first people to climb to the top of Mount Everest were Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. Tenzing was a mountain climber from Nepal, and Hilary was an explorer from New Zealand. They were part of a large expedition, including 362 porters and 20 guides. The expedition started in March 1953. It took the team many weeks to get close to the top of the mountain. Some of the climbers had to give up when their equipment didn't work and they couldn't get enough oxygen. But Hilary and Tenzing continued the expedition. There was heavy snow and freezing winds. But by the 28th of May, Hilary and Tenzing were near the summit. They slept in a tent that night. The next morning, Hilary's boots were frozen solid outside the tent. It took 2 hours to melt the ice and get the boots warm. Hilary and Tenzing climbed the last part of the mountain. They used ice axes to pull themselves up the icy rocks. On the 29th of May, they reached the summit. They stood on the highest point on Earth. Then Hilary took some photos, and they buried some chocolates in the snow for future climbers. They only stayed at the top of Everest for about 15 minutes because it was difficult to breathe. There isn't much oxygen at 8,848 meters. Since then, many people have climbed Mount Everest. The oldest person to reach the summit was Yuichiro Miura from Japan. He was 80 years old. The youngest person was Jordan Romero from the USA. He was 13.
Listening 93. Listen and number. Number 1.
Hilary and Tenzing wore very heavy backpacks when they climbed Everest. They had to carry a lot of equipment. Their backpacks weighed 14 kilos.
Number 2.
It was difficult to climb the mountain. There was lots of snow and ice, and the air was very cold. Sometimes the men had to use special ice axes to climb up walls of ice.
Number 3.
When Hilary and Tenzing finally reached the top of the mountain, Hilary took a photo of Tenzing holding his ice axe. Tenzing didn't know how to use a camera, so he couldn't take a photo of Hilary.
Number 4.
Hilary and Tenzing climbed down the mountain. It was snowing hard, and they were very cold. One of Hilary's friends climbed up to meet them with hot soup.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 12.
What's the matter?
Listening 94. Listen and point.
A headache. Feel sick. Feel dizzy. A cold. A cough. An earache. A stomachache. A sore throat. Take medicine.
Listen and repeat.
A headache. Feel sick. Feel dizzy. A cold. A cough. An earache. A stomachache. A sore throat. Take medicine.
Listening 95. Listen and read.
Max, what's the matter? You haven't eaten your dinner.
Sorry, Mum. I've got a stomachache and a headache. I feel sick.
Oh dear, I think you're ill. You should drink some water and go to bed. There were lots of cakes before. Has anyone seen the others?
Oh, sorry, Mum. I ate some. In fact, I ate quite a lot.
But you shouldn't eat cakes when you've got a stomachache.
I ate the cakes before I got a stomachache.
You couldn't eat your dinner, but you could eat all those cakes. So that's why you feel sick. Now you can't go to your friend's house this afternoon.
Sorry, Mum.
Listening 96. Listen and sing. When I was a baby.
When I was a baby, I could sleep and dream. I could only drink milk and cry and scream. When I was a baby, I couldn't talk. I couldn't go to school and I couldn't walk. But now that I am older, I can go to school. I can read and play. Growing up is cool.
Listening 97. Listen and point.
Candle. Castle. Table. People. Sandal. Animal. Hospital. Cereal.
Listen and repeat.
Candle. Castle. Table. People. Sandal. Animal. Hospital. Cereal.
Listening 98. Listen and read. Number 1.
Many years ago, some people lived in castles. Look at the picture. Can you see a woman wearing a purple dress and sandals? On the table, there is a bowl of apples and a basket full of cereals. There are lots of candles because there weren't any lights many years ago.
Number 2.
This hospital is for animals. Vets work here, and many sick animals stay here to get better.
Listening 99. Listen and read.
How to stay healthy. We all want to be fit and healthy, so here are some tips to help. Take lots of exercise. Watching TV or playing computer games won't make you fit, but playing sports will. You can join a club or play with your friends in a park. If you don't like team sports, you can walk to school, go swimming, or try skating instead. Regular exercise makes you feel stronger and gives you more energy. Eat a healthy diet. Sweets, chocolate, and crisps are fun to eat sometimes, but it is not good to eat them every day. These foods contain too much sugar, fat, or salt. Make sure you eat vegetables, such as cabbage, with every meal, and plenty of fruit too. Fruit and vegetables help you stay healthy and grow strong. Drink lots of water and milk. Water or juices are better for you than fizzy drinks, because fizzy drinks contain lots of sugar. Eating a lot of sugar is bad for your teeth. 1 can of cola contains about 9 teaspoons of sugar. Milk is good because it contains lots of calcium. You need calcium to help your 206 bones to grow and keep your teeth strong. There is this much calcium in a serving of 1. A glass of milk. 2. 2 sardines. 3. Cabbage. 4. Cheese. 5. Yogurt. 6. Beans.
Listening 100. Listen and number.
What are these children doing to be healthy?
Number 1.
My name is Joe. I want to be healthy, so I walk to school every day. I go with my mum and my sister. The walk takes half an hour. It's really nice because we can walk through a park where there are lots of trees and flowers. I have more energy for the rest of the day now that I walk.
Number 2.
I'm Sarah. I'm 9. When I was younger, I didn't like salad, but now I do. Most days I have salad with my lunch. I like pasta salad, or tomatoes, cucumber and olives. I eat my salad with bread and cheese or eggs. I always have fruit too. I feel healthier and I don't get colds very often now.
Number 3.
My name is Ella. I always take a water bottle to school. I drink water at break time and when I have lunch. I don't like fizzy drinks anymore. They're too sweet. I think water is better for me, and especially for my teeth.
Number 4.
Hi, I'm Pete. I drink milk every day and have it on my cereal at breakfast too. My mum says it's good for strong bones and teeth. I also try not to eat too many sweets, and I only have them at the weekend now. Oh, and I always brush my teeth afterwards.
Listening 101. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
What's the matter? Tom fell over. He's hurt his leg. Where did it happen?
Number 2.
I fell over in the playground.
Take Tom to the school nurse, please.
OK, Miss Taylor. Come on, Tom.
Listening 102. Listen and complete the sentences with the words below. There are 2 extra words. Number 1.
Mum, come quickly!
What's the matter?
It's Anna. She's hurt her arm.
I'm coming.
Number 2.
I'm in the living room, Aunt Kathy.
Number 3.
What happened, Anna?
I fell over.
Oh dear. Where did it happen?
I fell over in the garden. We came in here to find you.
Number 4.
Tom, take Anna to the kitchen. I'll wash her arm.
OK, Mum. Come on, Anna.
Thanks, Aunt Kathy.
Listening 103. Listen and read.
My life in the Arctic. Dear Laura, I am your new pen friend, and I want to tell you about my life. I live with my parents and grandparents. I've got 2 younger brothers, Koda and Atka, who are 2 and 4 years old. I live in a village near the city of Barrow in Alaska. It is quite famous because it is the most northern city on the North American continent. We are in the Arctic, so I suppose my life here is very different from yours in England. Here, in winter, there is normally very thick snow. It's very cold. The temperature is about -30 degrees. During winter, the sky is dark all the time, even in the day. But the white snow on the ground gives us light to see. Sometimes we can see beautiful colors in the sky, too. This is called the Northern Lights. Most of my friends walk to school using special snowshoes or skis. I live further from the school, so I go by snowmobile, which is really fun. My mom drives it, and I sit on the back. How do you go to school? Do you have snowmobiles in England? I think you have more rain than snow there, right? It hardly ever rains here. There are 200 children at my school, mostly Eskimos like me. We also have other visitors to our school. Reindeers and polar bears try to come into school. Polar bears are beautiful, but really dangerous. What wild animals do you have in England? At the weekends, there are usually dog sled races in my village. We have 5 dogs, and my father drives them. It's really exciting. We also tell stories, sing songs, and dance. In the summer, everything changes. Most of the snow goes, and the sky is always light and sunny. It's never dark at all. Eskimo children don't go to school during the summer here. We travel with our parents to go hunting and fishing, and we sleep in tents. What do you do in the summer? Please write soon and tell me about life in England. I imagine it is very different from life here. Best wishes, Kirima.
Listening 104. Listen and read.
Life in the desert. What is a desert? There are different kinds of deserts. There are hot deserts and there are cold deserts. The Sahara Desert is the biggest hot desert in the world. The Gobi Desert is always very cold. Some deserts are sandy. Some deserts are rocky. Other deserts have mountains. Antarctica is the coldest place in the world, but it is a desert and it is covered in snow and ice. What is the weather like in the desert? A desert is a very dry place. It has very little rain. It snows in Antarctica, but it does not often rain. In hot deserts, it is very hot during the day and then very cold at night. When it rains suddenly. But there is very little water in the desert. Sometimes you can find water in rocks underground. These places are called oases. It can be very windy in the desert too. There can be sandstorms or snowstorms. In sandy deserts, the wind blows the sand and makes big shapes like mountains. These shapes are called sand dunes. What plants and animals live in hot deserts? Plants and animals need water to survive. The desert is very dry, but amazingly, there are many plants in the desert. There are also many animals, insects, and birds. How do they survive? Some plants, like cacti, keep rainwater in their leaves for a long time. Other plants have long roots. The roots take water from deep under the ground. Some animals in the desert never drink. They get water from seeds and plants. Many animals are nocturnal. This means they sleep during the hot day and come out at night. Some animals live underground for most of the time because it is colder. People often travel in the desert on camels. These animals can drink a lot of water very quickly, and then they do not need to drink for a very long time. They are perfect in the desert.
Family and Friends, Multi-Romp 4. Unit 13.
Can you help me?
Listening 105. Listen and point.
Smoothie. Milk. Fridge. Pour. Blender. Strawberry. Chop. Lid. mango, peel,
Listen and repeat.
smoothie, milk, fridge, pour, blender, strawberry, chop, lid, mango, peel.
Listening 106. Listen and read.
Can you help me make some fruit smoothies, please? Leo, please get some milk from the fridge and pour it in the blender. Then add a little sugar. Here are some strawberries. Chop them up, please, Amy.
I'll help her.
Leo's got the blender. Holly, give them to Leo when you've finished. Here, Leo.
I know, Mum. Now I turn on the blender. Ah!
This is the lid which goes on the blender.
Sorry, Mum. I'll clean it up.
Listening 107. Listen and sing. This is the boy.
This is the boy who dropped the milk, dropped the milk, dropped the milk. This is the boy who dropped the milk on the floor. This is the cat which drank the milk, drank the milk, drank the milk. This is the cat which drank the milk from the floor. This is the dog which chased the cat, chased the cat, chased the cat. This is the dog which chased the cat out the door. And this is the dog which drank the milk, drank the milk, drank the milk. This is the dog which drank the milk from the floor.
Listening 108. Listen and point.
Tunnel, camel, towel, travel, lentils, pencil, April, pupil,
Listen and repeat.
tunnel, camel, towel, travel, lentils, pencil, April, pupil.
Listening 109. Listen and read. Number 1.
I'm a pupil. Today, I've got a sports lesson, so I've got my sports kit and towel in my bag, as well as books and pencils. I go to school by bus. On the way to school, the bus goes through a long tunnel.
Number 2.
My birthday was on April the 19th. Mum made my favourite meal, lentils with chicken and rice. Then we went to the zoo, and I rode on a camel.
Listening 110. Listen and read.
Young heroes. Boy helps earthquake victims. Charlie Simpson from England watched the news on TV about a strong earthquake in Haiti and felt very sad. Charlie was only 7 years old, but he wanted to help the people in Haiti. He decided to do a sponsored bike ride around his local park to raise money for UNICEF, a large charity which helps children around the world. Charlie started a web page to ask people to sponsor his bike ride for UNICEF. Soon, lots of people heard about Charlie's idea, including the British Prime Minister. Lots of people sponsored Charlie, and his bike ride raised £136,000 to help the victims of the Haiti earthquake. Boy starts Clean Water Charity. Ryan Hurljack from Canada was 6 years old when his teacher, Mrs. Prest, told his class about a big problem in Africa. Many people there don't have clean water. Because of this, they often get ill. Ryan wanted to help, so he started doing chores for money. It took several months, but Ryan finally raised $2,000 to pay for a well near a school in Uganda. Ryan was happy, but he wanted to do more. He started a charity called Ryan's Well Foundation. Since 1999, Ryan's foundation has raised millions of dollars to provide clean water to people in Africa.
Listening 111. Listen and number. Number 1.
I teach English and I've got 25 pupils in my class. I enjoy my job and the children work very hard. We have a great time together. I'm very proud of all my pupils.
Number 2.
I help people who are in danger. I often put out fires. Sometimes I have to rescue people too, especially after a storm or an earthquake. My job can be dangerous, but I love it because I like helping people.
Number 3.
My job is to keep people and our towns and cities safe. I help the traffic go safely on our roads, and I help people when there is a road accident. I help you with your problems and try to stop bad things happening.
Number 4.
I work with children who are ill. Some have had accidents and others have serious illnesses. As well as helping the sick children, I also like talking to them and trying to make them smile. The best part about my job is seeing them get better.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 14.
We were fishing.
Listening 112. Listen and point.
Son, daughter, nephew, niece, husband, wife, father-in-law, mother-in-law.
Listen and repeat.
Son, daughter, nephew, niece, husband, wife, Father-in-law, mother-in-law.
Listening 113. Listen and read.
Why are you crying, Holly?
Because you're all going back to Australia in only 2 weeks' time.
Yes, it's sad. But let's think about something happy. We've got happy memories, so let's look at the photo album. Look at my funny son. He wasn't making a smoothie. He was making a mess. Do you remember?
Yes, the smoothie went all over him. Look at this one. We were fishing together.
And here we were going to the theatre.
I feel better now, but we'll miss you all so much.
And I'll miss my favourite niece and nephew too. And I hope you'll visit one day.
Listening 114. Listen and sing. When Sally was born.
What was Jim doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Jim doing when Sally was born?
He was playing.
What was Kate doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Kate doing when Sally was born?
She was reading.
What was Mike doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Mike doing when Sally was born?
He was working.
Listening 115. Listen and point.
Addition, subtraction, invitation, fashion, cushion.
Listen and repeat.
Addition, subtraction, invitation, fashion, cushion.
Listening 116. Listen and read. Number 1.
At school, we had a maths competition. We had to do addition and subtraction. Carl won.
Number 2.
Layla got an invitation to a fashion show. There were lots of people there, so she sat on the floor on a cushion.
Listening 117. Listen and read.
My relatives are coming. We're getting ready for a really special day. My relatives are arriving, and this is where they'll stay. My aunt and my uncle and my cousins Bill and Kate will be here for a week, and I just can't wait. My cousin Bill's a toddler who has just turned 2. He likes to scream and shout just like normal toddlers do. But he's really fun and cute, and he's learning to be good. And I'm going to help him do all the things he should. Kate will sleep in my room on some cushions on the floor. Aunt and Uncle in the lounge on a camp bed by the door. But our house is quite small, so it will be quite a squeeze. There'll be 8 around the table, 16 elbows, arms and knees. There'll be queues for the bathroom and queues in the hall. There'll be coats, shoes and bags piled up against the walls. The house will be so noisy as we all like to speak. There'll be laughter and singing for the whole of next week. And when they all go home, I know they'll stay in touch, but the house will be so quiet and I'll miss them all so much.
Listening 118. Listen and number.
Listen to these children talking about some of their memories with their families.
Number 1.
I'm Stuart. We had a really fantastic holiday this year. For the first time in my life, I went in an aeroplane and it was really exciting. We went to Australia and saw lots of animals, like kangaroos and koala bears. The weather was very hot, and I went surfing in the sea. It was so good that I hope we can go back one day.
Number 2.
My name is Emily. The best memory for me was when my baby brother was born. He was really little and had black hair and big brown eyes. He was happy nearly all the time, and I helped my mum look after him. Now he is 3, and I can read him stories and play with him.
Number 3.
My name's Anna. I can remember my last birthday. I was 9 and I had a great time. Usually on my birthday, friends come to my house. But last year we went to a zoo because my parents know I love animals. It was great. I didn't just look at the animals, I helped to look after them. First, I fed the monkeys and the giraffes. Then, I helped to wash a big elephant. It was really fun and I'll never forget it.
Family and Friends, Multi-Rom 4. Unit 15.
Good news, bad news.
Listening 119. Listen and point.
Boss. Office. Builder. Vet. Journalist. Secretary. Dentist. Receptionist. Mechanic. Author.
Listen and repeat.
Boss. Office. Builder. Vet. Journalist. Secretary. Dentist. Receptionist. Mechanic. Author.
Listening 120. Listen and read.
Listen, both of you. Your dad has got something important to tell you.
Well, when I was working this morning, the phone rang. It was my boss. I had to go to his office. I was a bit worried. But they were smiling when I went in, and that's because I've got a new job. A better one.
Great, Dad.
There's some good news and some bad news.
Oh no. What's the bad news?
You'll have to change schools and say goodbye to your friends.
Huh? Really?
And the good news?
The good news is that the new job is in Australia. You will go to school with your cousins.
So we'll all be together again?
Yippee!
Listening 121. Listen and sing. They're nearly there.
There's a boy and there's a girl, they're going to see their cousins. They've packed their bags, they're nearly there, they're going to see their cousins. They've got their passports in their bags, they're going to see their cousins. They're as happy as can be, they're going to see their cousins.
Listening 122. Listen and read. Number 1.
What can you see?
I can see a boat on the sea.
Number 2.
Can you hear some birds?
Yes, they are here in this tree.
Number 3.
Where do you wear these clothes?
I wear them at school.
Number 4.
Which hand do you write with?
I write with my right hand.
Listening 123. Listen and read.
3 wishes. Once upon a time, there was a poor fisherman. The fisherman's wife was usually angry because he didn't catch many fish. One day, the man was fishing when suddenly a little fish jumped into his net. "My wife will be happy now," said the man. "We will eat this fish for dinner." But then the fish spoke. "Please throw me back in the sea," it said, "and I will give you 3 wishes." The fisherman was very surprised. "Great," he thought. "I can make my wife very happy with 3 wishes." Later, he told his wife about the fish. She wasn't happy. "Fish don't speak, you silly man," she said. "And now there isn't any fish for dinner." The fisherman was hungry, and he looked at his dinner of bread and water. "I wish we had sausages instead of bread and water," he said. Suddenly, 3 delicious sausages appeared on his plate. He was very happy and started to eat. But his wife shouted angrily, "Why didn't you wish for something better, like money or gold? You silly man! I wish those sausages were on the end of your nose." The man looked down at his nose and screamed. All the sausages were on the end of his nose. The wife pulled and pulled, but she couldn't get the sausages off the man's nose. They had to use their last wish. "I wish," said the fisherman sadly, "for the sausages to go away." Suddenly, the sausages disappeared. Now they had no sausages and no wishes, and the fisherman never saw the fish again.
Listening 124. Listen and write L, Lucas, R, Rosie, or A, Akram.
Imagine you've got 3 wishes. What are they?
Number 1.
My name's Lucas. My first wish is for an MP3 player. I love music and I haven't got one. My second wish is for a baby brother. I've got 3 sisters and I really want a brother one day. Maybe this wish will come true. And my third wish is to have no more earthquakes in the world. Earthquakes are scary and dangerous.
Number 2.
I'm Rosie. 3 wishes. That's great. Wish number 1. My grandma is ill, and I want her to get better soon. Wish number 2 is for all animals to be safe and no animals to become extinct. And my final wish, I'd really like a camcorder. I want to make films of my holidays.
Number 3.
I'm Akram. This is difficult because I want so many things. My first wish is to go to England one day to visit my pen pal. I've never been to England, so it would be really exciting. My second wish is for nobody in the world to be hungry. I want everyone to have enough food. And my last wish is easy. My last wish is to have 3 more wishes.
Listening 125. Listen, read, and say. Number 1.
Hi, are you on your own?
Yes, my best friend is off school today.
You can play with us.
Number 2.
Do you want to play a skipping game?
Yes, please. That sounds fun.
Listening 126. Listen and circle the correct word. Number 1.
Hi, Robert. Are you on your own?
Yes. I usually play with my brother Kevin, but he's off school today.
Number 2.
Why is your brother off school?
He's got a stomachache.
Oh dear.
Number 3.
I'm here with Dave. You can play with us.
OK. Thanks, Tom.
Number 4.
Do you want to play football?
Number 5.
Yes. Great. That sounds fun. I love football.
Listening 127. Listen and read.
The Gold Rush. California is one of the most famous states in the USA. It is the home of Hollywood and cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco. But until 1848, San Francisco was only a tiny village with a few hundred people. Then something happened. People found gold there. Between 1848 and 1855, over 300,000 people travelled to California to look for gold. This time was called the Gold Rush. The Gold Rush started when James Marshall, a man who worked in a mill in California, saw little pieces of shiny yellow metal in the river. He was very excited to find it was gold. The mill owner tried to keep it a secret, But soon people found out about the gold and started to arrive in California. They came from all over the world. Some were Americans, but many came from places like China, Mexico, Europe, and Australia. The people looking for gold were called prospectors. Many travelled by ship, and some travelled overland on horses and wagons. At first, many people found gold and became rich. They found it by panning for gold with a big pan. They put water and small stones into the pan, then shook it. As gold is heavier, it went to the bottom of the pan, where the prospector could find it easily. Looking for gold was very hard work. The prospectors lived in tents and cooked on fires. Life was very hard, and many became ill. After a few years, most of the gold from the rivers was gone. Then most of the prospectors found very little gold and were very poor. When the gold ran out, everyone left the camps and tried somewhere else. In fact, there are still some empty towns in California from this time. There are lots of empty buildings, but nobody lives there now. One example is Bodie in California. Tourists can visit it today to find out more about life during the gold rush. But the city of San Francisco grew and is now one of the biggest cities in the USA. It is thanks to the gold rush that the city became so successful. Gold Rush Facts. People used their old ships to build houses. Today, you can still see old ships below buildings in San Francisco. Children play panning for gold games at parties.
Listening 128. Listen and read.
King Midas and the Golden Touch. Long ago, in ancient Greece, there was a king named Midas. He lived in an enormous palace with his wife and his daughter. King Midas was very, very rich. He had more gold than any other king in the world. His palace was full of gold statues, gold jewellery, and gold coins. But Midas was greedy, and he always wanted more. One day, the king was walking in the garden of his palace with his daughter. She was picking yellow flowers for her room. "Those yellow flowers are very beautiful," King Midas said. "But gold flowers are more beautiful." The king's daughter ran back into the palace with her flowers, and the king walked alone. Then Midas made a wish. He wished that everything he touched became gold. Soon he touched a flower. It became gold. He touched a tree, and it became gold. He touched a plant, and it too was gold. "My wish has come true," he shouted. The king touched many things in his garden and in his palace. He touched pictures and vases and plates, and they all became gold. Soon Midas was hungry and thirsty. But when he put some bread in his mouth, it turned to gold. And when he put some water to his lips, it also turned to gold. The king sat in his garden. "I have all the gold in the world," he thought. "But I cannot eat, and I cannot drink. What shall I do?" At last, the king's daughter saw her father in the garden. She ran to him because he looked so sad. She touched his hand, and suddenly she became gold too. King Midas made another wish. He wished that he could have his daughter back, and he wished to not have any more gold. Suddenly, all the gold was gone, and his daughter was playing happily in the garden. King Midas had learnt his lesson, and he never asked for more gold again.
Listening 129. Listen and read.
Marie Curie. Can you imagine a world without X-rays? X-rays let doctors see your bones, so they know if you have a broken arm or leg. X-rays exist thanks to the work of a very important scientist called Marie Curie. She discovered radium, an element used in X-rays and treatments for cancer. Her work was so important that Marie Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and was also the first person ever to win 2 Nobel Prizes. Marie was born in Warsaw, Poland, in 1867. She was the youngest of 5 children. Her parents were both teachers. Science and maths were her favourite subjects at school. As her father was a maths teacher, he could help her at home. When Marie left school, she wanted to be a scientist. But the family did not have enough money for her to study. She worked as a teacher to earn money and read science books in her free time. She had to wait 6 years to have enough money to study. Finally, in 1891, Marie went to study physics at a famous university in France called the Sorbonne. In France, she met her husband, Pierre Curie, who was a famous scientist. They worked on complicated experiments together, and during these experiments, the new elements were found. A talented family. As well as the achievements of Marie and her husband Pierre, their daughters, Irene and Eve, were also very successful. Irene, the older daughter, also became a famous scientist and won a Nobel Prize for chemistry. The younger daughter, Eve, wrote a book about her mother's life. World War I. During World War I, there were not enough X-ray machines for the hospitals. Marie Curie made X-ray machines that could move from hospital to hospital in a truck. These trucks were called Little Curies and helped over 1 million soldiers during the war. Safety. Although radium is a very helpful element, no one knew at the time that it can also be very dangerous. Nowadays, people are much more careful. Marie Curie did not wear protective clothing and often carried radioactive materials in her pockets. Sadly, Marie died in 1934 due to too much contact with the element. She will always be remembered for her excellent contribution to science and to healthcare. Nobel Prizes are given each year to the best scientists in the world. You have to discover something very important to receive this award.
Listening 130. Listen and read.
Robots. Most people have seen films or TV programs with robots in them. But can you imagine a world with real robots? Would you like a robot to cook your dinner, clean your house, or play football with you? There is a robot that can do these things. Its name is Asimo, and it is from Japan. Asimo is the most advanced robot in the world. It is the first robot to walk and run like a human, and it can even climb stairs. The robot can run at 6 kilometers per hour, about the same as a fast child. Asimo can also recognize people's faces, their names, and can understand their commands. This robot can respond to what you say, and it can learn to speak any language. Asimo has arms and hands, so it can open doors, carry things, and turn lights on and off. Asimo can help old people or people with disabilities by doing jobs around the house. Asimo can also play sports and other games, so it is very popular with children. In fact, Asimo is the same height as a 10-year-old child, at 1.3 meters tall. The robot also looks very friendly and playful. The future of robots. In the future, robots will also do dangerous jobs like putting out fires, rescuing people after earthquakes, or going to dangerous places. They may also teach in schools and help with operations in hospitals. Special robot arms in factories already make cars, and in the future, more things will be made by robots. Although some robots look human, we have to remember that they are machines with computers inside. Robots can do many things, but they cannot think or feel. Whatever happens in the future, you will probably meet a robot like Asimo one day. A job for Asimo. Asimo works as the receptionist at the Honda offices in Japan. The robot meets visitors, talks to them, and takes them to the correct rooms.
Listening 131. Shopping. Listen and read. Write the child's name next to each picture. Lots of British people love shopping. Some people even say it is their favourite activity. We asked some children in London about their shopping experiences.
I love toys, so Hamley's toy shop is my favourite place in London. There are 5 floors at the shop. That's a lot of toys. 5 million people visit Hamley's every year. I'm looking for a present for my brother. He loves robots, and there are quite a lot here to choose from.
I usually find shopping boring, but I really like shopping at Brick Lane Market on Sundays with my aunt. There are hardly any big shops here, just lots of stalls selling unusual things. I'm looking for a pretty mirror for my bedroom. There are usually a few street entertainers too, so we always have a lot of fun.
Today I'm shopping at Westfield Shopping Centre with my mum. It's a huge shopping mall with lots of different shops and some department stores, all under one roof. I'm looking for new trainers, and I've seen a few that I really like. Today, I'm in Tottenham Court Road with my uncle. This street has quite a lot of shops that sell electrical things like computers and televisions. We're looking for a new radio for my uncle. My sister doesn't like it here because there aren't any clothes shops.
Listening 132. Watching wildlife. Listen and read. Where are the children?
Hello everyone. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've been at the National Marine Aquarium for the whole night. The National Marine Aquarium is in Plymouth, and it's the biggest aquarium in the UK. It's been open since 1998, and it works hard to protect ocean wildlife. You can see lots of fish and other sea creatures at the aquarium. I've loved the ocean since I was little, and last night my dad and I spent the night in the aquarium to learn more about the amazing species there. It's called the Sleeping with Sharks experience. We saw sharks, octopuses and clownfish, and we learned lots of interesting things about them. I loved Snorkel, the loggerhead turtle. She's lived at the aquarium for about 25 years. We made models or painted pictures of our favourite sea creatures in the Arts and Crafts Centre. I made a model of Snorkel. Then we watched a film about a turtle on a big 4D screen. The screen blew air at us and sprayed water in our faces. It was really cool. We got into our sleeping bags in front of a huge fish tank. We had a snack and then we fell asleep while the fish swam around us. I've had a brilliant time. Finn, age 11.
Hi there, it's midday, and I've been at Whipsnade Zoo since 7 o'clock this morning. My family is spending the day here and we're having an amazing time. Whipsnade Zoo is the largest zoo in the UK. It has been open since 1931 and it's been my favourite place to visit since I was little. I've always loved wild animals, and there are more than 2,500 wild animals at Whipsnade Zoo. This morning we travelled around the zoo on a steam train for an hour. Today we've seen the elephants, rhinos and camels. The biggest elephant is called Emmett. He's lived at Whipsnade Zoo since 1997. We've watched the keepers feeding the bears and the lemurs, and we've seen all kinds of different birds. We've learnt lots of new things since we arrived. Did you know that parrots like doing puzzles and that zebras have stripy skin? After lunch, we're going to watch a sea lion show. Then we're going to visit the Discovery Centre because there are lots of unusual species there. Whipsnade Zoo has worked for years to protect rare and endangered species. I want to learn more about how we can help to protect wild animals. I'll write more later. Gemma, age 10.
Listening 133. Australia. Listen and read. Circle 6 sentences that contain the word if. 1.
Hi, my name's Dan. I live in Oxford, in England. I've got an aunt, an uncle, and 2 cousins who live in Australia. Sadly, I've never met them. This is because Australia is a long way from England. Dad says that if we can, we'll go to visit them next year. I really hope we can.
2.
My relatives live in Sydney, the biggest city in Australia. If we go to Sydney, I'll visit the Sydney Opera House. It's really famous, and it's at the harbour. If we go to Australia, we'll visit other big cities too, like Melbourne and Perth. I also want to see Canberra, the capital, which is quite small.
3.
In the middle of Australia is the outback. It's very hot and dry there. The Aboriginal people arrived in Australia about 50,000 years ago. Most live in towns now, but some Aboriginal people still live a traditional life in the outback. They hunt with boomerangs and spears. If we travel to the outback, we'll see kangaroos and possums. And maybe we'll meet some Aboriginal people too.
4.
If we go in January, we'll get to see Australia Day. This is on the 26th of January every year, and there are parades and fireworks. If we are in Sydney, we'll see a ferry race across the harbour. It sounds very exciting.